Hello, hello, amazing business owners. Welcome to another edition of Website Wednesday, recorded a day late. I apologize. I had a big training this week that I've been working on. So I am a day late, but better late than never, right? I wanted to bring your attention, first of all, to the course that is open for enrollment right now. If you want more information, check out businessstraightup.com/photographer websites, because that will actually take you to the free training that will give you all of the details that you could possibly want to know. If you are just all in and you're like, stop talking, Brooke, just give me the link, and you want to sign up, head on over to spiffupyoursite.com and you can join the course there. It is the first run beta launch. First time I've ever done it online. So you get to have super custom information, which will be awesome. So today, Website Wednesday, I have native roaming photography from the beautiful Daedra, and I am going to go through and do a full website review. So her website is nativeroaming.com, and I really love, first of all, that her slideshow has a very consistent feel to all of the images. The one thing that I would say, and again, I am looking at this on a computer screen, not a website, so just keep that in mind. But one thing, Daedra, that I definitely would add is some sort of call to action. It can even just be like right here, but you definitely want to have a call to action so that it is above the fold so that people do not have to scroll down to see it. And it is extremely clear how someone can work with you. So just a little bit of feedback right off the bat. There are 3 photos in the slideshow. They're kind of hard to see, but I can still click through on these, which I love. I hate it when people have slideshows and they don't give me controls. So I do like that quite a bit. Feedback, Hotjar. Looks like it'll just send website feedback over. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to close that out. So let's scroll down. Only 2 things can take you back in time. A love gong. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what that is. Oh, love song. It must be love song. You might want to double check the font on that. I do like handwritten fonts, and I can definitely read it up here, but for some reason that S is just not really translating very well. So you might want to double check on that. Only 2 things can take you back in time: a love song and a photo. I like this little border right here too. It's very pretty without being like over the top obnoxious. We have several photos. Nice. And a slideshow, again, that I can control, which is fabulous. You need a call to action, girl. You need one here, put one down here. What if someone is going through the slideshow and they're like, holy shit, I want to work with her. Your menu is gone as you scroll down. That might be something to consider. It depends on your website theme, but most of them have the option to lock the menu at the top. So you might want to look into that. But if someone's looking at your photos and they're like, yes, totally, I want to do this, then you need to give them the option like right here somewhere to contact you directly or to book with you. So as we scroll down, it says, hiya, I'm Daedra Lynn. I'm a Kansas-based wedding photographer roaming around the mid and southwest United States. I really love the way this looks. I think it's a very different look, but it's still very easy to read. The one thing I don't care for, and this is just personal preference, so take it for take it for what it is the lack of proper capitalization. That bothers me, but that's because I'm kind of a grammar person. So if you don't care and you know that your ideal client doesn't care, then I'd say go for it. But things like this lowercase I here, and then Texas and Colorado, New Mexico are not capitalized. That kind of drives me a little crazy. So just something to consider. If your ideal client is like, no, I love it, it's quirky and fun, then by all means keep it. I love that this fits really well right here. It's just very, very well done. And it is actually, the reason that I keep clicking and like dragging is because I wanted to see that it is definitely text on the website. I used to do this too because I thought, oh, I have so much more control in Photoshop to make things look the way I want them to, right? And that sounds good. However, text that is on an image will not translate when it comes to SEO. So you want to make absolutely sure that you are making that text on your website so that you can see it in the source code. And if you want, here, I'll find you the source code right now. And I just typed in comfortable because I figured that was a word that it would be very easy to find. So we do have the text right here. It is actually in the source code, which is crazy, crazy important. Something definitely to look at. The title, yeah. I have a feeling that this website was made in a specific format. And I won't say the name because I don't know it for sure, but it might be, I'm curious, Daedra, how your SEO is working for you. Because that code is really, really heavy and I've seen it before. So I don't know, drop me a comment, let me know because I'm curious. So as we scroll down, testimonials, again, we have the ability. Yes, I love that I can control it. And the image behind it is beautiful. Oh, pictures of you. Fabulous. Social, I'm just checking the links. The reason that I hover over this is because you can see in the lower left corner all of the links, making sure they're coming up correctly. And email, which is fabulous, and it is a mail to link, meaning that someone can just click on that and email her directly. So yep, powered by Show It. That's kind of what I figured. We can talk about the SEO on that. But let me know how it's working for you and let me know how your SEO is because Show It has improved vastly in their SEO capabilities. However, it is still not where other platforms are. So I'm curious to know how it's working for you because I would love to hear that feedback. Overall, the site, the homepage looks beautiful. I love that the border comes up when you hover over it. That's very, very well done. Just add some calls to action, like even just a little button here or a button here. Because when someone sees this and they're like, yes, this is exactly what I want for my wedding, then they have to scroll all the way back up to the top. And I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but people are lazy. You have to make it crazy easy for them. So the next page is the About page. You can call me D, things I like. Again, that text, like, I feel like it looks really, really good until the S's. It's like the S just doesn't translate very well. So look into that. If it's something that doesn't bother you, then I wouldn't worry too much about it. So this is something I also see in Show It websites that make it a little hard to read, is that it's column and then column. Whereas when someone's looking at a website, they're used to seeing like one sentence here, two sentences here, instead of two different columns. So that might be something to consider, is that it could be a little difficult to read. However, again, I'm looking at this on my computer and I'm guessing in mobile, it's probably just one column. So personal preference, let me know what you think, because I don't like the two column things on a computer, but on a mobile device, it probably translates very, very well. So that is the services link, which is up at the top. So we'll wait on that one in just a second. Check out my family. I love seeing pictures of your family. It tells me a little bit about who you are. It's so funny. People think that they don't have an exciting life, and it may not be super exciting, but the fact that you keep other human beings alive is pretty significant. So that is definitely something that you should never be afraid to really show off. We have testimonials here as well. The one thing I would add to your About page is another call to action, not just a link to another page, but a call to action to contact you directly, especially since you lose that menu at the top, which is not always a terrible thing, but that means someone has to scroll all the way back up to the top or all the way down at the bottom to actually contact you. So put in some calls to action. Portfolio. I love that you have full weddings on here instead of like best of the best. This one is an Instagram feed and that looks really good. I'm going to look at one of the galleries. This is beautiful. So it's really easy to scroll and just kind of get an overall feel too, which I also really, really like, because it doesn't require going through every single photo. Like for instance, a lot of people ask me how many images should you have in a gallery? And it kind of depends on how the gallery is set up, right? If you are forcing someone to look at every single full photo, then you don't want it to be super long. But if you have them in a format like this, it's almost like a magazine or a Pinterest format, then they can scroll at their own pace, or they can click on every single photo if they really want to, and then go through them too. So they have the option. So I really, really like that layout. So I'm going to head back to the galleries page. The one thing that I do want to note, both on this page and then also on the individual wedding pages or engagement pages or whatever the galleries are, you need text. I know that, oh man, we so want to believe that people are going to book us just for our pictures. Like they're just going to see our pictures and book us, but that is just not the case. They want to see that you're good at what you do. Your photos are beautiful and they love that, but you also need to have some text in there. It serves two purposes. First of all, then you're speaking to your ideal client. And second of all, and maybe more importantly, then you have the SEO in there as well. And that is pretty significant, especially if there are specific wedding venues that you really want to work at, because you want to SEO those posts so that people see them in the search results when they are searching for those venues. So we need a call to action on here. We need some text, at least 300 words for SEO purposes with your keywords. And Daedra, I'm curious if you have done my SEO course, because that will actually walk you through choosing keywords for each page. So check that out. And we need a call to action and some text on here as well. So I'm going to click through into services, and how it works. I'll keep it, man, that S is just like confusing. I'll keep it simple. So we have information, collections start at most popular. Here's the call to action. I want to see that button everywhere on your website. Don't make someone work for it, girl. Make it super easy for them. Want to chat? You got to fill out the contact form. So these are steps, which I like. I like that it has a very clear and consistent look to it. Book me. The only thing I don't like is I feel like this want to book, want to chat, you got to fill out the contact form. I was trying to click on that to go to the contact form, because to me, I'm like, well, yeah, I want to book. Yeah, I want to chat. And there's no button here. There's no way to do that. So I could click here, but I feel like if you're telling me to fill out the contact form, then give me the option to fill out the contact form. You do have that underneath on number 5, but I really think that it would fit here as well. You could even say something like, if you're totally in and you don't need to know the rest of the steps, just click here to fill out the contact form. So that would work pretty well. FAQs. Love the FAQs. Here's that call to action. See, you have it in some places. We need to put it in some other places too. I love the way it looks. Except for that text is hard to read, that font. It's so pretty though. So we have FAQs, which looks very nice. I love the image behind it. And let's go over into the contact form. So contact form looks pretty good. It might be a little overwhelming. It just is asking for a lot from someone. But with a wedding photographer, it is kind of important to get those details up front to even know if you're available for someone's wedding. So I understand that. The one thing I would say is you have your email down here. Sorry, you're going to hear my dog. She's being obnoxious. I would also put it here though too, because if for whatever reason your contact form is not working, you need to give people the option to contact you in a different way. And I am not a phone person, so I don't love phone calls. So for that reason, my email address is all over my website. You need to give people options to contact you. So other than that, it looks really good. It is a little small. I feel like the text is a little small and hard to read, but again, on a mobile device, it might come through very, very well. So maybe something to consider, but if most of your traffic comes from mobile, then maybe it's not an issue at all. So I'm going to click on the blog. Beautiful. So this is wonderful that you have an image and then a little bit of information, but not the entire blog post. That is one of my pet peeves when I go to someone's blog and they make me scroll through an entire post to see the next one. So that is very well done. It is not what you are doing. That's a good thing. And it looks good. You're only showing 2 posts on the homepage, or on the blog homepage. So if you want to have more, I would say you could definitely show more. I don't know if you only have 2 posts because it's not letting me see more. So I have the read more button, but I thought that would bring up more posts and it actually took me to the post itself. So if you have more, you might want to put in like some sort of way that people can go next to get to the next page of the blog, or page numbers or something that they can click on so that they can actually read more posts instead of just reading more of the 2 that you have listed. So overall, definitely it's beautiful and it's very functional, and it's not like I'm not wondering where to go or what to click on next. It's very, very well done overall. I would just tweak a few things. So definitely get those calls to action, and you need text on every single page. And if you actually attended my training earlier this week, you know that there are 2 things that you need on every single page of your website. I don't care if it's convenient or not. You need to have a story, which is part of your text, and you need to have a call to action on every single page. And especially on that home page, I just looked this up for this training, and you have 0.05 seconds to influence someone's decision on whether they stay or go. So that's crazy short. We have such a short attention span now. So it's definitely something to think about. And if you have any questions, please let me know. If you would like to have your website reviewed, if you are watching this going, Brooke, I need help with mine, head on over to the community at businessstraightup.com/community, and I am happy to do it. It's called Website Wednesday. Just look for the thread in the group and we'll add you to the list so that we can get you reviewed. Maybe it's just 1 page too. If you just need something specific, or if you're like, I saw this layout on another website and I'd love to know how to do that, I'm happy to help. Just head on over to the community. Let me know. And as always, if you have any questions, I am happy to answer them there. Have a wonderful